Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on in chalk blue. We've got longtime fools, Lou Whiteman and Rick Menares, giving a 1 to 10 rating to the current title holder of the greatest ticker symbol in the world. It's C3AI, ticker symbol AI. As always, we'll rate C3AI's business, its management, and its financials. We'll talk valuation. If there's time, fools, we'll play Armchair CEO, and we will top it all in about 12 minutes or less. So let's get to it. Rick, tell us about the strength of C3AI's business, including factors like industry and competition. Scale of 1 to 10. 10 is invincible, 1 is hopeless.
Yeah, so I'm going with 5. And so let's say your kid is a Winnie the Pooh fan. So you fire up Winnie the Pooh Blood and Money. Or you think you're buying a Cybertruck and you get a toaster instead. Yes, C3AI, they have dozens of turnkey enterprise AI applications. They have a growing customer list. I know that's what they do. AI is in the name. As Anand mentioned, AI is literally their ticker symbol. It just doesn't feel like an AI software company. Revenue rose 6% in fiscal 2023 and 16% in fiscal 2024. It's up to 20.5% right now in its latest quarter, but man, the cake is a lie. I'm also concerned about gross margin here. Software companies, they have chunky gross margins, and from fiscal 2020 to fiscal 22, for those 3 straight years, gross margin was roughly in the 75% range. It slipped to 68% in fiscal 2023. Now it's below 60% over the past year. Yeah, Lou, I don't see it. I don't see the appeal right now.
So I'm slightly better. I'm at a 6 here, but I'm honestly more at a 6 for the pitch than the execution. So let's talk about, this business with its ticker, it's easy to just focus on the last couple of years, but this is a company that's been around for 15 years plus. And they do have this suite of products that are already out there and in the world. I like the idea here. Big manufacturers, engineering companies, government customers, we give you a ready-made suite that you can just plug in and play. It's a real business with real products that also all happens to be in the sweet spot of the marketing world right now, right? But it really has only ever gotten traction in governments and maybe aerospace. There's a ton of competition in those markets. And yeah, they're growing kind of, as you say, but they're growing at a time where anything that sniffs of AI can catch a tailwind. So I don't even know what to make of the growth they have. I'm yet to be convinced that this business can end up being the PowerPoint pitch that looks so appealing. I'm not going to write them off yet completely, so I'm better than, and not quite at a 5, but only a 6, and that's probably generous.
And by the way, if you're wondering, hey, you got the ticker symbol AI, you're C3.ai. Are you just trying to ride the AI wave? Well, it's only been around so long, and it was called C3 IoT at one point. It was called C3 Energy. At C3PO, I'm completely off, but we'll keep it going here with management. Rick, how do you rate it? A 10 is Warren Buffett, a 1 is Homer Simpson.
Yeah, so I went with a 7 for management. So CEO Tom Siebel, he's tech royalty. He ran Siebel Systems. So he was a former Oracle employee, executive, and then just left, started a company that was so good that Oracle, Larry Ellison eventually bought them back. One of my favorite all-time Larry Ellison stories was he actually sent ice cream trucks to Siebel's parking lot to recruit new hires, and basically even a free ice cream. And the rapper said, "Summer's near, Oracle's here to brighten your day and your career." So it was like the most gutsy recruiting move. Eventually, they just bought the company. It was a lot easier than sending ice cream over there. But looking at the Glassdoor, I just see, hey, maybe the Siebel still have the touch. I was sort of disappointed to see that he only has a 57% CEO approval rating, which was a little low. So even though I consider him a royalty who succeeded as an entrepreneur in 2 different companies, still winning awards locally for his achievements, I went with a 7.
I'm at a 6 here. And yeah, you're right. Siebel knows something about founding tech companies. Siebel Systems, great company, but you know what? There's sort of a similar playbook here where the idea of we're going to take this technology, package it, and sell it to big customers. It was CRM back then. Now it's AI or whatever it is. But with Siebel System, the knock was the company didn't evolve with the market. As the market changed, Siebel System kind of stayed still, and that's why they petered out. And I feel like we're sort of seeing that play out at C3AI too, where, they identified an opportunity, they started building it, but that second phase or that next chapter, it's just been hard for him. I wonder if Siebel's strength is growing companies until he can't, kind of, and maybe we reached that peak before at Siebel Systems, and now it feels like maybe we're here at C3 AI. So, a six, it's fine. He knows what he's doing, but I don't know if I'm enthusiastic to see him take it from here.
What about C3AI's financials, Rick? A 10 is a fortress, a 1 is yikes.
Yes, I'm a 7 here, largely because of the balance sheet. So they have a very cash-rich balance sheet and no long-term debt. I'm not a fan of the slow growth. And the stock took a hit in September after it posted quarterly results with subscription revenue growth decelerating, not what you wanted to see when it was accelerating for the past few quarters leading up to that. Sort of a bit of a plot twist. The bottom line is also a mess. C3 AI isn't supposed to be reported profitability for years, but they have posted a smaller loss than analysts were expecting in each of the last 4 quarters. So maybe there's hope that it's getting something right. Again, I don't like the financials necessarily, but because of that balance sheet that gives it so much time to get it right, I have it as a 7.
Yeah, I'm at a 5. A lot of what Rick said. Yeah, where are the profits, right? But as you say, almost no debt, real revenue. The thing for me, and I keep coming back to this though, is how can you not be growing right now? If your ticker is AI is in the name, it's not going to get any better than this. And this is how it looks today, which doesn't, this is a real business, real revenues. They are bringing money in. But what is this going to look like if and when the AI gold rush fades? I don't know what to do here, guys. There's no panic button to be seen. Nothing that makes me go, wow. I just went with a 5 because it seems like it is what it is, and fine.
So, Lou, I'm hearing that they peaked in high school as a C student with no friends.
That's my theme with Siebel, I guess. I don't know.
Let's see your 5-year predictions here on valuation. How well will the stock do? How safe is it? A 10 meaning sure thing. A 1 is a lottery ticket.
So I just previewed. The thing that scares me about this business is, and instead of gaining traction and really, really gangbusters right now with these massive customers and in this AI moment, we're kind of just petering along. And, the AI bonanza, it's supposed to be good for them, but in a way, it's focusing all these big customers to maybe invest internally. And it has certainly brought new competition into the market. So it might actually make that things harder for them than it is just to kind of soak up business. They could be more of a victim of the AI gold rush here than a beneficiary. There's a real business here. I don't see it going bust, but I can see a tough 5 years or so. So I went with 0 to 5% and a safety score of 4. I hope I'm just missing something here and they're going to get it all together. And like Rick said, there's time for that. But I just see a lot more ways that this peters out or it doesn't go right than ways where it really turns into a gangbuster success.
Yeah, and I went actually worse. I went with less than 0%, so a negative return. I don't expect a big negative return, but to me, there's just a lot of risk here. It is overvalued. The lack of profitability is a concern. The cash balance sheet is great, so that tells me that more than $760 million in cash. That's nearly a quarter of its market cap. There is basically a bottom here. But again, until I see the company grow and not just grow right now, I think it's going to be around, it's going to be a problem for investors as far as beating the market, much as even keeping up with a flat market. So safety wise, I gave it a 6.
In the interest of time, we'll skip Armchair CEO. Lou would sell the company into the hype. Rick would change to a subscription model. But let's move on to top it and talk about other companies. Lou, is there any company you like better than C3AI in this space? Which, hey, they ticker symbol's AI. There's a lot of choices.
So I didn't really go with an AI player here, but I'm more focused on the fact that where C3AI is really trying to push itself is the government. And there is just a better company here trying to do the same thing. Booz Allen Hamilton doesn't have the sizzle or the ticker of C3AI, but what it does have is a solid, predictable business that I know isn't going anywhere. And by the way, despite not being tickered AI in a moment where everything AI is working, this stock has outperformed C3AI by nearly 150 percentage points since C3 went public back in 2020. This isn't a buzz stock. This is just a solid fundamental operator, and I do own it, and I would much rather own it than C3AI.
Yeah, I went even further, or farther, I guess. I went with Baidu, so China's leading search engine, and it really isn't technically in the C3AI space. But if you're going AI and Baidu actually has AI in the middle of its name, I like Baidu here. It's been an AI company before AI was cool for a decade, really, with machine learning, data science, all these factors. A lot of things that make AI cool. Baidu's been doing it in China for a while and even has a place in the US working on that. And I know investing in Chinese stocks isn't popular, if not cancelable right now, but Baidu is trading for about 8 to 9 times this year's earnings, and business should start to pick up next year. So yeah, I like Baidu here, and it does have a little AI skin to it that everyone's sort of taking for granted.
Our closet Scrooge, Lou Whiteman, says, forget the AI ticker. Go with BA. BA humbug. Thanks to Lou Whiteman and Rick Menares, they've given C3AI a low overall score of 5.0 out of 10. Are you listening, Mom? Just because the ticker symbol is AI doesn't necessarily mean it's a great opportunity. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up will be something good. Till then, Fool on.